Okay guys, it's that time again. Time for the shits and the hits. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? I'm Linda Nicole. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy to have you with me. Today we are doing another shits and hits video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I will link my last one down below in the description box so you can check that out and see, what I liked and hated then. I had quite a few shits and quite a few hits. Today there's not as many shits, if you will. There's only a few products that I really was super unhappy with. But anyway, before we jump right into the goodies, which I have right here beside me, a big basket of stuff, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the little thumbs up button, and make sure you're notified every time I upload a new video because I've got a lot of cool stuff coming. We're almost at that giveaway time, and I think if you really want to win, you have that chance to. As long as you're subscribed to my channel, you'll be able to get the info that you need to enter to win my new giveaway. So without further ado, let's just get jumped right in. Okay, so first I'm going to start with a couple of hair care products. My very favorite is a hairspray by Nexxus. It is the Comb Through Finishing Mist. It is the medium hold number 2 right there. So it says number 2, so it's not super crunchy, but you can just like that and just give a little zhuzh to the hair, give a little bit of a body. This is just my natural wave right now. I blow dried it straight, but then of course the humidity and the rain and everything we're having here in Maryland kind of curled my hair up a little bit, but I love this hairspray. I bought a little miniature size just by accident one day. I was at a wedding and I needed to stop by the store because it was raining and I needed to get some hairspray to fix my hair. And then I fell in love with it, so I bought a large bottle of it, and I absolutely love this hairspray. Keeping with the theme of hair products, I have 2 more that I did recently haul for you guys, but I've been using them enough that I absolutely love them. Next up is the Rusk Deep Shine Platinum Lusterizer. So it is just a purple toning styling cream, and because I have blonde hair, it's perfect for me. My highlights stay fresh, and it does help protect some of the damage from the blow dry. Another item very similar, but it doesn't tone. It's the Redken Diamond Oil Glow Dry. So it's a blow dry shine oil. So it's like a serum-y oil, but it helps with heat protection, shine, all that good stuff. And the bottle is just absolutely gorgeous. It's like a very slippery, silky, smells super good. It's like a fresh, I don't know, like has like a musky scent to it, almost like a men's cologne kind of, but like a gender neutral type perfume. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like Jovan Musk perfume. My mom used to wear that all the time. I think she still does, but it reminds me of that, like a very light scented version of that. I love this stuff. I would definitely recommend it to anyone with thicker hair. If you have thinner hair, you may be able to use a little bit of it, but just in try a tiny little bit because it's not super heavy, but it's definitely an oil more so than serum like. But I love this stuff. It's definitely in one of my favorites right now. And like I said, these are my favorites right now. Some of them are a little bit newer to me. Some of them I've been using for a while to get to know them. So I'm going to do a shit product now, and yeah. So I bought this palette a while ago, and I had high hopes for it because L'Oreal came out with their like Paradise something. It was like a peach scented palette, and then Maybelline came out with their Lemonade Craze palette, which is right here. And I had really high hopes for this palette, which I've heard some people say that they like it a lot. But I really wanted this yellow shade right here to be like a really vibrant yellow, but it's powdery and it's very light colored. And a couple of the other colors, like I'll do citrus right here. I'll swatch that for you guys too. They're just very powdery and they don't have a lot of color payoff. Like, is it the worst palette I've ever used? No, but it's just not, it wasn't exactly what I expected. So those are two of them swatched. I don't know if it was supposed to smell like lemonade or what, but it's, you know, if I could go back in time, I probably just would have saved my money and not purchased it. Next up, I have a current favorite highlighter. It is the Maybelline Master Chrome Nikki Tutorial highlighter. So I did haul this for you guys recently. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a universal shade. I know it is probably going to flatter lighter skin tones a lot better, but it also would probably look really good on dark skin tones too, because it's such a neutral color. It doesn't have too dark or light of an undertone. It's just so super beautiful. I love it. Of all the Master Chrome highlighters, this is my absolute favorite one. I love it. I use it a lot, honestly, and I'm so happy that I got this because I love it so much. I would definitely recommend this to you to get. So I have two primers in here that I've been absolutely loving lately. The first one is the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. I wasn't sure what to expect with this. It has become one of my absolutely favorite primers. So it's very jelly-like. Trust me, it's jelly. Like, it looks like Jello, but when I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit off and rub it into the back of my hand. But it gives you such a clean blank slate. I'm gonna rub it like right here. And it's very wet when you first apply it, but it dries down and it smooths the skin, makes your pores look smaller. It gives you such a good canvas to start your foundation and the rest of your makeup with. It leaves a little bit of tackiness, not stickiness, just a bit of tackiness that will help make your foundation and the rest of your makeup adhere to the skin a little bit better. I love it. I'm so happy I bought it. I definitely would repurchase it again when I run out. That is for sure. And the next one that I got is the Farsali Skin Tune Blur. And like I talked about earlier when I hauled this, I got the tiny bottle. Now I wish I would have got the big bottle, but oh my gosh, it literally, the small bottle is good enough for me because you don't need a whole lot. It's like a white milky consistency, lotiony, but it makes your skin look like glass. Like, it makes it feel so smooth, glass-like. It makes your skin look beautiful. And you can use this just as a serum alone if you're not into heavy makeup or you don't want to put on foundation. You can use this alone. I know that a lot of their products are like skincare based in the sense that a lot of them say you can use them alone just as a serum or a moisturizer. So I love this. When I run out of the small one, I definitely will invest in the big one. Next up is another hit for me. There's actually two products in here. I bought this from, I think, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Yep, TJ Maxx. It is the bestseller kit from Billion Dollar Brow. So it comes with the universal brow pencil here, a highlighting and concealing pen, brow gel, and a brush here. And I already had a pencil from Billion Dollar Brows in the shade Taupe, and this is it right here. When I used it alone, I wasn't such a fan of it, and the colors are very different. I'm going to swatch them for you. That is Taupe right there. So what I've been doing is I've been using Taupe just as the very front part of my eyebrows to kind of flicker it in so it's not too deep. And then I use the universal shade, which is a much fatter, like, thick pencil, which is all dirty now because when it rubs against my eyebrows it gets a little bit dirty, but it's a thick pen and it's a lot deeper. It's universal, but it looks good on me with my light hair, so you can see the difference in the tone. So I kind of mix the two colors together, and then I use the lighter shade, which is supposed to be the highlighting shade, but I use that to kind of carve out under my brows. And then I will take the brush, which is this square shaped brush here, and then just kind of, you know, blend out the concealing areas and bring it down onto my whole eyelids. And then obviously I set it with powder so I can put on some eyeshadow and whatnot. But when all is said and done, after I have all the powder, like the bake and stuff off my face, I usually set my brows last. But this is a very good brow gel. Is it the best ever? No, but I do have one that is the best ever that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But this kit, all of these products work together so perfectly for me right now. I go through these stages where I find my perfect eyebrow combo, and I use it and I use it and I use it, and then it just seems like I'm like in a rut, so I try something different. And then when I find my newest favorite products to use or steps, I usually use maybe 1 or 2 things at a time. But right now this is my jam. This is what I go to, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So the other brow product I am going to talk about is from ABH. I did haul this in a Ulta haul, I believe. It was a set. It came with the one of the brow pencil, the like micro brow pen. I don't know what exactly. The Brow Wiz. It came with the Brow Wiz, and then it came with the Dip Brow Pomade. Now this is in the shade Taupe. It looks like this. The gold is kind of coming off a little bit, but it looks like this. And it is one of the best colored brow, and it's colored for sure. It is one of the best colored brow gels I've ever used. It keeps your brows in place all day. And for people who have probably nice, full, very well-shaped brows, you could probably just use this, comb through, and be done. No pencils, no pomades, nothing. This would be beautiful for someone with thicker, fuller, naturally perfectly shaped brows. And my brows aren't that bad, but they're light, and I did over pluck back in the early 2000s. I'm probably a little older than I look, so I went through that phase of having the super baby thin eyebrows, and they don't grow back like they used to. But when I was younger, I had super thick eyebrows, and I remember the first time I went to get them waxed, the lady that was doing it said, "I will not wax your eyebrows super thin," and I was so angry with her. I just thought, oh, she's not doing what I want, you know. But grateful that she did what she, you know, she was the professional, not me. And now that I'm in the same industry as her, you know, as far as being a cosmetologist, I understand why she didn't wax my eyebrows super thin, because now I am able to grow a full, thick brow if so be. But anyway, I love this product. It is amazing. I would definitely recommend this to you. And of course, if you can find it in the gift set, that makes it even better. I think that it's a newer product, so that's probably why I found it in the gift set like I did. Next up, I waited so long to get this. I didn't even haul it for you guys. I got a bunch of stuff from Morphe, but I got the Morphe Glamour Bronze bronzer. I don't know what's on the front of it right now. Something probably from being in my makeup bag. I don't even know what's on it. Some little smudge, maybe some mascara, eyeliner or something. But it's in the shade Icon, which I believe is the medium shade. I used this today. It's what I'm wearing right now. It goes on beautifully. It has a nice size mirror. So you can see us right now. So it has a nice size mirror, so you can do probably your whole face of makeup in this if you want to. And then the shade is just like, let me find a clean finger. It's stunning. It's not too cool tone. It's not too warm toned. It's right there. It's beautiful. It's like, it goes on so flawlessly. It blends perfectly. It's not patchy. It doesn't matter. I've worn it with different foundations, with different primers, with different combinations of makeup, and every time so far it has not failed me. It looks absolutely flawless. So if you can get your hands on this, I know that they said that these were limited edition, and once they were gone, but they did come back. So if you can't get your hands on this yet, I personally kept up with Trend Mood, and as soon as Trend Mood said that they were back, I hopped online. I was actually in the ER when this happened. I was dealing with a really horrible UTI. I'm sitting in the ER waiting room, and I saw Trim Moon said, they're back. So I'm sitting there in the ER with an IV in my arm, and I ordered it. So yes, that's how die-hard I am about makeup. I can be sick and in the ER, and I'm gonna order this bronzer because I've been waiting for it for so long. So happy to have it. Would highly recommend it. I believe there's 3 shades of it, so I'm in the medium shade. You know, I might get the lighter shade later on for the winter months, but for right now, this is doing me a great job, and I love it so much. Next up is one of my favorite foundations. It has been for a very long time, but I finally got a shade that is more appropriate for the summer months where I'm a little bit tanner. It is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum Foundation. I did get it on clearance for $7.99. That's why that sticker's on there, but this is what the box looks like right here. I love a lot of the number 7 skincare items. I use a lot of them on a regular basis. It's great. They have great products. I've never felt like I had a dud from them. I've got some of their blushes, some of their bronzers that I'm still kind of experimenting with, but this is one of my very favorite foundations. It is in warm beige, and it is it's a dewy, full coverage, beautiful, flawless foundation. The packaging, it's glass, has a pump, so it's super nice. So it's not flimsy. It's basically, the claims say reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Skin looks firmer and more lifted. Skin tone looks more even. It just says shake well before use. Blend on smoothly and evenly with your fingers, sponge, or brush. So basically, I think it does have skincare in it. And it also has SPF 15 in it. So that's good. So you do get a little bit of sun protection along with your amazing foundation. So I would definitely recommend this. I don't think that the shade range is very expansive, so that is a bummer. I have 2 shades in this. One is like pretty light, like an ivory, vanilla, something like that, and this one is the skin tone I am now, which I'm self-tanned, which I just did last night, so you can see I'm a little bit, you know, on the tanner side, but I don't go in the sun a lot, so if I have a tan, it's fake. Next up, I'm sad to say that I'm still playing with this to see if I like it or if I'm going to like it, but this is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. To me, this is a shit right now. Packaging looks like this. I bought one, and then about a month and a half later, I got one in my BoxyCharm. So I'm gonna keep mine and probably put the other one in a giveaway because it is the translucent shade. My problem with this is that the powder is too finely milled, so it's very, very hard to bake with. And that's what I like to do with loose powders. And maybe it's not meant for baking, and maybe that's an error on my part. So if any of you guys have this powder, please let me know how you use it. I've never used a powder that had the sifting net inside of it, because if you can see that there's a net right there, which some of the powder got through and is just kind of sitting on top. But it's just such a finely milled powder that it's almost like it almost like dissolves when I put it on. And there are certain powders that they almost make my under eye area look darker, and because it's so finely milled, it kind of like attaches to any moisture that's in my skin and makes it look a little gross, to be honest. So I'm still gonna play around with it, but right now I'm putting this in my shits because it definitely did not meet the expectations I had. I am a dry skin girl, so when I saw a hydrating powder, like, oh my gosh, that's a dry skin girl and guy's dream come true. I thought this was gonna be great. It didn't meet my expectations, and I'm sad. I'm genuinely sad. But like I said, I'm gonna give it another shot, probably a few more times, and if it really doesn't ever end up working out for me, I'll pass it on to someone else. So here's a powder that I feel like is probably a dupe for the Becca powder I just mentioned, but it's like 1,000 times better. I've never seen this anywhere except for Walmart, but it is the L'Oreal Paris Hydra Perfecting Loose Powder. It looks like this. This is what the container looks like. It is in shade Translucent 916. This has become my new everyday favorite powder. I've only ever seen it at Walmart, ever. I love this powder so much. It is very hydrating. It feels wet when you put it on the skin. You can bake with it. It's thick enough to bake with, but it dusts away perfectly, and I can blend it all over my whole face without looking too cakey. I cannot say enough good things about this powder, and for it being like, it was maybe like $8.99, maybe at the very most. It was not an expensive powder at all compared to the like $30-something powder that the Becca one was. I just love this powder so much, and I will definitely repurchase this again when I'm done. It's my holy grail right now. I love it, love it, love it, love it. On to a shit for the foundation. I know this foundation wasn't for everyone, but I did buy 2 shades in it for a reason. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. First, I bought it in the shade, I think, Light Ivory, and that was the shade. It was too light for me, and this was in the winter that I bought it. It was too light for me, and I thought that's why I didn't like it. I thought if I got a deeper shade, I would be good to go. So then I went and got Vanilla, and it's a little bit deeper, which I just used it again the other day and mixed in a darker foundation to try to get it a little bit darker, because now that it's summertime and I'm darker, neither shade is really realistic for me to wear. But it just clings to any of my dry patches so much. It makes my forehead look like I put pancake batter on it. The consistency of it, the thickness of it, the way that it sticks to the skin, it's like it doesn't want to melt and be one with the skin. It wants to just sit on top of the skin, and it's just, it was disappointing because I love NYX. I love a lot of their products, but this one just didn't work for me. And maybe it wasn't meant to be for people with dry skin, but it didn't say, you know, matte, well, it does say matte finish. It says matte finish, but I don't even feel like it's a matte finish because it still looks wet and sticky on my face. So it doesn't, to me, come off like a matte finish. Like I have to use a lot of powder for it to become a dried down matte finish. So maybe I'll try it again in like a nice deeper shade, or, you know, reuse it again, or make sure before I use it I plan it out and really super hydrate my face before I use it. But for right now, I'm putting this in the shits pile, and I'm going to say that these foundations, well, it's the same foundation, just 2 different shades. These are a shit for me, and if I can't get them to work some way or another, I will also give these away. Okay, only a couple more things. I do have a mascara that I want to shout out because it has been my very favorite mascara. I'm wearing it today, if you can see, kind of. I don't know if you can really see my mascara, not that well, but I did my makeup a couple hours ago. This is the CoverGirl, the Super Sizer. This is my second tube. I absolutely love this mascara. I don't know if it's the brush, how it's like short and bristly, but it's not like those rubber plastic ones. It's like a mix between the rubber and like natural bristles. So it's kind of like strange, and it almost has like a flat side to it. Like one side is flat with no bristles, so you kind of like sweep the product up and then distribute it with the bristles. It makes my lashes look amazing. I definitely will repurchase this again. I love it. It's amazing. It's definitely my go-to drugstore mascara. I haven't really found a high-end mascara yet that I'm in love with, to be really honest. Last time I loved one was one from Urban Decay. It was called the Big Fatty. I don't think they make it anymore. I haven't been able to find it in years, but until something similar to like that comes back. And there's been a few from MAC that I really liked. Just can't find them anymore. You know, I guess when things get discontinued and I still love them, it's just, it is what it is. But this is my favorite mascara at the moment. I love it. Next up, we have a shit. This is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Lash Paradise Liquid Liner. This is what it looks like here, and this is in the shade black. I know that they have a rose gold one, and then they have the black one, but the handle I think looks the same for both. I had really, really high hopes for this because of the Lash Paradise mascara being so good, and a lot of L'Oreal products are just good anyway. But here's the problem with it. Do you see how short and stubby that tip is? And it's a felt tip, it's not a brush tip. So I'm gonna do a little swatcheroo on my arm. I'm sorry, my hand. And it's nice and black, but the thing is, it only carries so much product in this, so to get a nice wing, you have to keep dipping back in and dipping back in. I have to dip in at least 3 times just to get one eye done. And that just, it shouldn't happen. Like, to me, that's just a waste of time. The little tiny tip doesn't hold enough product, and the little jar is so tiny that you're gonna run out of this so quickly. So this was a fail for me, unfortunately. I really wanted it to work. I probably will use it up just because I have it, and it's not like the liner itself is not horrible, but the whole concept of how this was packaged is horrible. If they would make the tip a little bit longer, or even like a pin, like a brush tip or felt tip pin, that would be great, because the formula of the liner is really nice. I have another liner that I just recently hauled for you guys, and I don't know if it's my fault, but I did get it from TJ Maxx. It is the Pixie Cat Eye ink, and it's dried out. So I just got it and it's dried out. So maybe it's because I got it from a store where things can sit for such a long time. But you do have to push. This is like how the tip looks. I'll link the video below where I haul this. I think I just posted that video, so that might be the last video that I just posted. I'm not sure in which order this is going to go up, but I will link it below. So that's it right there. So you can see the difference between how this looks kind of grayish and this looks super, super black. That's the L'Oreal one. This is the Pixie one. And to get it really going, you have to kind of push. But then if you push, then the sponge tip, it's like a little sponge tip almost, it goes down inside of the tube, and then you can't use it at all. So that's it, as I tried to like wiggle it out and push it. So this is just a fail for me. I'll probably just have to throw this away, put it in my empties or something like that, and then talk about it again. But it's just, it was a fail for me. Next up, I want to talk to you guys about my absolute favorite concealer at the moment. And you would probably be surprised at what it is, because it is not high-end. It's not a Tarte Shape Tape. It is not one of the many that have been ranted and raved about, but it is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I have 2 shades here. I have medium peach and medium peach and fair warm. So I bought fair warm first, because usually when I go to gravitate towards a concealer, I get the very lightest one, because most drugstore concealers and even high-end concealers, that's just like, I'm fair skinned already, and I like a really bright under eye highlighting type situation. So I did not realize, you know, that as brands were branching out into the color category, that they were making super, super light and super, super dark shades. So when I got, what is this? When I got fair warm, I got home and I put it on, and I did not realize it was that light. Like, it's almost white. So I went back and got a shade that was like maybe 1 or 2 darker. It has a little bit of a peachier undertone. So I mixed them together. So I'm going to swatch them side by side so you can see, because one's a little bit too dark, one's a little bit too light. So I just mixed them together. These are the most affordable, full coverage, beautiful, flawless, creaseless concealers that I've ever used. I like them better than Tarte Shape Tape, and that has been a holy grail of so many people for so long. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Shape Tape. It's great concealer. I have some. I use it. I'm almost out, so it'll be in an empties video soon too. But I love these concealers so much, and I use them on a regular basis. So these are the concealers that I actually love. I'm on to my last hit, and then I've got 2 more shits. So this is from the L'Oreal Paris Les Chocolates line, the Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. I have 4 shades of this. I love these liquid lipsticks. They smell just like chocolate. But my absolute favorite one is Candyman. It looks like something I would never wear, but then when I have it on my lips, it complements my skin tone and my hair color and everything so well. Like, it's a mauve pink color. It's absolutely gorgeous on. I don't normally gravitate towards these colors, but I love this one. I think I have, what is this one? Candyman. I have Dose of Cocoa, Box of Chocolates, and Sweet Tooth, I think. So I've got 4 of them. I like them all. They're all like nudes, pinks. They're all within that that same line of color schemes, and I like them all, but this one is my absolute favorite. I can't get enough of this. When fall time comes around, I wear this nonstop. So since fall is slowly but surely approaching us, and in Maryland here, we're getting down into like the 80s and like 70s, and it's even like colder at night, so I'm getting excited. I need to put my boots on and my scarves on, and I've got a hoodie on right now. I love this. I actually got this from the thrift store. I'm going to do a thrift store clothing haul really soon to show you guys some of the cute stuff I got. But anyways, I'm preparing for fall, and I am ready to wear this liquid lipstick again because it's such a beautiful fall color. 2 more products that are both shits, and I hate to say it. I have the Revlon Candid Photo Ready Concealer here. I got this in the shade 010 Vanilla, which is the lightest shade they make, and that is my basic complaint about it. The shade range sucks. I can't say the formula is my favorite, but look how dark that is for it being the lightest shade. I'm going to swatch it. Okay, that's it right next to the liquid lipstick. Does it look light? Kinda. Kinda. But I like a very brightening concealer, and for me, on my light fair days, that's my skin color. Like, that is my foundation color most of the time. So if I want a concealer that's gonna brighten a little bit, I just can't. I can't. And this is the lightest shade. So for people that are more fair skinned than me, even when they are tan or whatever, you don't have to have a tan to be beautiful, and I don't want it to make it sound like I'm saying that, but I do self-tan as in like a foam rinse off later, wash off tan. I don't like to be in the sun. I protect myself from the sun. But what I'm saying is that, you know, it's just very sad that the lightest shade is so dark, and I think the formula could be a little bit better. It's a little bit watery, and then you definitely have to like build it up, let it dry for a few seconds, and then blend it in to make it very opaque. I'll probably use this to kind of like spot conceal, maybe like when I have acne, but I don't think I can use this under the eyes. Last but not least, I have a Tarte product. It is just a mini. It is the Shape Tape Setting Powder, and it is a banana powder, which I hated. It has the sticker on it still, which I kind of like covered up, but it looks like this. It's very, you can see from the underside that it's very yellow. It's like a yellowy colored. It's weird because it's not all the way, it's not as yellow as some powders can be, but it's not translucent, and it's not like a flesh tone either, so it's a very strange color. I used this twice, and it made my under eyes look crepey and disgusting, and I only have this sample because I bought a gift set over the holiday season, and I kept it around to give it a couple more goes. Maybe I will use this to like kind of dust all over the face instead of trying to put it under my eye, but I just was disappointed because the Shape Tape line has a lot of good stuff. I have a few things. Of course, the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and then I have the Shape Tape primer balm that I recently hauled for you guys. And I like both of those products a lot, but this was just not it for me. It's super cute. The packaging is beautiful. I love that. The aesthetic of it is very, very pleasing, but it just wasn't something that I felt like is going to be extremely usable for a lot of people. Maybe someone with already, pretty deep olive skin would maybe be able to use this without it making their under eyes look super dark and creepy, but maybe my dry skin has something to do with that. I'm not sure, but after a few tries, it just failed me. So yeah, that is it for the shits and the hits today. Remember, if you guys like any of these products and I don't, that's okay. And if you hate these products that I love, that's okay too. We're all allowed to have our opinions. Don't get butthurt over it. It's just makeup. Makeup is meant to be fun, make you look beautiful, make you look crazy and silly and cute and goofy, and just make you express your inner you. So if it doesn't mean I don't like the brands that I've mentioned. I respect all of these brands that I've mentioned, or I wouldn't even have them on my channel if it was a brand that I didn't respect or didn't feel like I wanted to support. I just am stating, some of these products did not work for me. So if they work for you, continue to use them. And you know what? Let me know what you like about it and what way you use it, because maybe I'll retry it. That's why I haven't thrown these away, because I want to maybe explore other ways of using these products. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I'm glad that you stuck through this video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you like these types of videos. I will link my last video, of course, down below so you guys can see my last shits and hits and see what's kind of changed. Anyway, make sure you subscribe before you leave so you can get in on that giveaway like I said in the very beginning. I guess there's nothing else to say, so I will just say I love you guys so much. I'm so happy that we are just growing and becoming a bigger channel every single day. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.